Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown has been out for a little bit more than a week now, and I have been thoroughly enjoying my time playing through it as a lifetime fan of Star Trek. But I've also seen that the new video game has brought a lot of non-Trekkies into perhaps experiencing Star Trek for the first time, and the game doesn't do a great job of setting up some of the stuff that it just kind of assumes people already know about Star Trek. It's a game mostly made for fans, but if this is your first time engaging with Star Trek media, I wanted to take a second and just go over some of the basic background lore to help make some of the characters and things that the game offhandedly says near the beginning make some more sense in context. So here is a basic overview of Star Trek lore for Across the Unknown. Starting off, Star Trek is a sci-fi series set a good couple hundred years in humanity's future. It is an optimistic look at the future where humanity has gotten over a lot of the strife that we see in modern day on Earth. They have become a society of abundance where everybody is fed. Money is no longer a thing. Greed just doesn't motivate humanity as a whole. Of course, there are individual humans with flaws, but society has moved past it. We have also branched far out into the stars near our home. When we split the galaxy into 4 sections, we refer to the quadrant of the galaxy that Earth is in as the Alpha Quadrant. There's also the Beta Quadrant, the Gamma Quadrant, and the Delta Quadrant. So Alpha Quadrant is home and close to it. Beta Quadrant is pretty close to where Earth is, so we know a lot of the stuff around there, but the Gamma Quadrant and the Delta Quadrant, pretty much huge question marks. They're just too far in the galaxy for us to travel, even at this stage where our starships can move faster than the speed of light. With this contact with a lot of alien races, Earth has helped form a united federation of planets, often just referred to as the Federation, for peaceful coexistence, sharing of resources, and mutual protection. So the Federation is like the big body of government that rules over like Earth and its allies in the Alpha Quadrant. Starfleet, which is referred to a lot in the game, is the branch of the Federation that basically has its starships with the 2 main missions of exploration, making first contact with alien races, and exploring the vastness of the galaxy, and also protecting the Federation when times of trouble come along. And one of those times of trouble is taking place at the outer edges of the Federation, near the border with the Cardassians. The Cardassians are an alien race that are oppressive as a government to those that they subjugate. To make peace with the Cardassians, a controversial peace agreement was reached that split off some star systems in ways that the inhabitants weren't particularly fans of, and those that resist this peace agreement have become known as the Maquis. They fight against both Starfleet and the Cardassians because they feel, 1, that the Cardassians are oppressors, and 2, that the Federation doesn't care about them because they're so far away from Earth and its core. So the Maquis are striking out on their own to try to break the shackles of both Cardassian and Federation rule. The Starfleet and the Maquis are the main 2 factions that the main characters of Voyager belong to when a Maquis ship and a Federation Starfleet ship, Voyager, are flung far off into the Delta Quadrant in an unknown manner, a way that you see early on in the game, but those are the 2 main factions that are being referred to. Something else that is important to know, that Starfleet operates as it's exploring unknown systems. There is one prime directive when coming into contact with alien races. That prime directive is essentially to not interfere with races that don't know about aliens in outer space, and also to just not do what essentially the United States CIA does and don't interfere with internal politics or conflicts, to prevent Starfleet and the Federation from becoming from using their resources in a tyrannical manner. Their prime directive is, hey, don't interfere with like the internal stuff that other alien races have going on. The Prime Directive is referenced frequently as Voyager is making its way through the Delta Quadrant back home, because they bump into the obstacle of, well, now without the support of the Federation, can we keep maintaining the Prime Directive? And, you know, also, we're on our own out here. We have to fend for ourselves. So that's kind of the broad overview of the setting, the galaxy at large, some of the larger conflicts. I just wanted to take a quick second to look at some members of the crew, to give a brief overview of some things that might also be needed to know. So we have quite a few humans. We have Captain Janeway, we have Chakotay, we have Harry Kim, we have Tom Paris, all humans, with various allegiances to Starfleet or the Maquis, which are all talked about in the beginning of the game. There are also a couple aliens that operate as part of the crew of Voyager. We have Tuvok, who is a Vulcan, Vulcans being one of the most well-known Star Trek aliens. Probably you've heard of Spock. Spock is from the original series, played by Leonard Nimoy, and he is half human, half Vulcan. So while a lot of his character growth and development and exploration in the original series of Star Trek is that kind of intersection, being interspecies between human and Vulcan, Tuvok is pure Vulcan, and the Vulcans as a society have decided to try to move past their base emotions. From early childhood, they are taught how to suppress emotions, keep them in check, keep them under control, and to operate purely from a philosophical standpoint of logic, to operate and not be guided by emotions that in the past led to wars and hardship among their people. So Tuvok will come at things from a very logical, I don't understand emotions because I've spent my lifetime using my psychic and my telepathic abilities to keep my emotions in check. Vulcans also have a few other telepathic abilities where if they touch another being, they can peer into their mind and learn perhaps some secrets or share information through what is called a Vulcan mind meld. The other main alien that is part of the Voyager crew is B'Elanna Torres, who is half human and half Klingon. Klingons, one of the other most well-known Star Trek races, are primarily a race led by a warrior caste. They believe in honor and fighting for glory, and the way into their heaven is by dying in glorious combat against enemies of the Empire. B'Elanna is not so much a believer in that. Her mother was Klingon, and she was raised knowing those beliefs, but she has taken a different trajectory in life and dedicated herself to mechanics and engineering. She was a student at Starfleet Academy, but her temper ended up getting her kicked out, and she went and joined the cause of the Maquis. The last main character that I want to spend a second talking about, because they don't really go over it too much in the game, is the Doctor, who does not have a name, as he is just a holographic program, the Emergency Medical Hologram, or EMH for short. He was designed to, in an emergency situation, be activated and use Starfleet's vast medical database to help treat patients on the starship in a time of crisis. When Voyager is flung from the Alpha Quadrant deep into the unknown of the Delta Quadrant, their chief medical officer dies, and the emergency medical hologram, the EMH, the Doctor, have to step up and become the head doctor of the ship and not just an emergency response. So he has to learn to grow beyond his programming of just providing basic triage care to becoming a full-fledged member of the crew and being online all this time and forging relationships. He's one of my favorite characters in the actual series of Voyager that the game is based on, but it's harder to do some of his character growth and stuff in the game. So I feel, unfortunately, he's not as well explored in the game as he is in the series, but they do occasionally reference kind of his growth as he goes from I'm just a hologram, I'm a tool, I'm here to do this, to I'm a part of the crew, I'm a valued part of the crew, and I have my own hopes and desires. So there are a lot of fun and interesting dynamics among the crew of Voyager that are talked about in this story-based game. So I just wanted to give some of that basic background for those who might not know it, and for those of you that are discovering Star Trek through this game, welcome. I'm excited. I hope that you enjoy your time playing this game. I know that I am. I hope this video was helpful in some way, shape, or form to people who are being introduced to Star Trek for the first time. Let me know down in the comments below, what are you thinking of Star Trek Across the Unknown? What do you think of Voyager in general? Are you someone that's coming into this game like I am as a fan, and how do you think it's adapted? Or is this your first experience with Star Trek, and what is this kind of shaping your opinion of it? Thank you so much for watching and listening to me nerd out for a good 10-ish minutes. Hope you enjoy playing your game, and have a good rest of your week.